guys, and welcome back to Good Store Stead. Hey guys, good to see you again. Just wanted to give you another quick update, show you how the goat kids are doing. So we're going to walk down there and let you see how much they've grown, and also to give you an update on my job situation and the homestead in general and the turkey poults. While we're walking down there, I will tell you about the turkey poults. So I did end up selling the turkey poults that I had, and I am so glad that I did, because I was able to pay off some things that I needed to take care of this month with that money. So thank you to the person that bought them, because you really helped us out. Oh my goodness, you can hear them already. Ah, hello. All right, so let me just turn the camera around. So yes, we are still working on the goat barn. It's just slow going, you guys. But here's all the babies. Hi, babies. Hello, darlings. I know, listen to ya. So, whoops. I have that problem every single time with this thing. So right here we have Miss Clover, and we have the boys, Fennel and Tom. And then let me see, this is Miss Honeysuckle right here, and then we have Sage right here in the corner, and little Miss Rosemary. So these are our babies. Let me try and back up a little bit because they're spreading out. So here they are. They are growing. They are definitely bottle babies, and you can tell it because they come running as soon as we come out here. We have decided that we will be keeping all of the does, and we are going to keep one of the bucks as a breeder. So we're going to have to expand our buck pen, but we're going to keep one of the boys as a breeder. We can do that, but there's like one or two of the little girls here that they would not be able to breed with, and that would be their sister with the same mom and dad, the one that was part of their triplet. But I'm trying to think. I think that's the only female they wouldn't be able to breed with, and us have to worry about problems. The other little boy, we are talking about, I think the last thing my sister mentioned, because the goats are hers, they're her thing. The turkeys are mine, the goats are hers. But the other thing she was talking about doing is either selling him as a buck or weathering him and then growing him out for meat later. One of the two. So Granger, Daddy Granger way back there, it looks like there he is. He is just chilling. He has made himself a bed. It's almost 12. I think it's somewhere around, yeah. So these guys have been moved to 2 bottles a day. They get a morning bottle and an evening bottle. And starting next week, they're really going to be upset because my sister is dropping them down to 1 bottle a day. So we're getting there. And we've got to get a couple of cattle panels, because we've got to separate these boys from the girls. I'm sure you guys can figure it out. Little bucklings, they get bucky pretty early. So, and I'm sure that most of you can figure out what I mean by saying that they get bucky. They are little boys. And so we need to separate these little boys from the girls. Anyway, sorry. Y'all know how I am about editing videos and stuff like that. But the girls are doing just fine. They're munching away like it's nothing. Now, eventually, these little doelings, there's Nettle right there, and then Boudica, that was their mama. Bronwyn and Anya are here. So once our girl, and I've got some traffic going on up there. So once our little girls up here get big enough to where they can't get out, they will go down there with our older females. And there will probably be some headbutting and stuff like that going on, because goats establish dominance within the herd, and so they'll have to figure out who is where in that herd hierarchy. So, but I did want to show that to you. Now, on to other things. Let's head up this way. Back up here, because I want to give a shout out to Josh Willis. He is the owner and CEO of a tree service up in this area, and I was able to get some free wood chips from him, so I'm very excited about that. I did use some of them to fill up this huge hole in the driveway, which I know is not ideal, but guys, when your budget is tapped out and you can't argue with free, and you work with whatever material you can. Those are the female turkeys. I'm thinking about moving one of them over to the breeder pen, and hopefully eventually I'll get the other two something done with them. But anyway, okay. And yes, I am wearing work pants and a old-fashioned long sleeve work shirt in June with a felt hat. Is it warm? Yes, but this is North Carolina in June, so it's going to be warm. It's going to be hot regardless, and it's all in what you get used to. So let me turn the camera around again and show you this. So this was our first load of wood chips that we got, and that is the hole that I filled in, and that's Mama Ghost. She's our outdoor cat. Yes, ma'am, and she's a talker. She is a beauty too, but and she does hunt in our yard. She keeps the moles and squirrels and all of that under control. Miss Ghosty Ghost. Her full name is Ghost Pepper because she was a spicy kitten, but now she just gets called Ghost, and that ended up taking up another meaning, because there are times when she is sitting out here in the yard and we cannot see her, but we know she's there, so she can hide herself really well. But back to these wood chips. As I have talked about before, I was hoping to start a no-till garden. I wanted to try the no-till method and see if that helped a little bit with our water retention and our weed control in the garden. And you will notice, let me get really close on these wood chips. There goes my camera again. Sorry guys. But you will notice that these wood chips, there's leaves, there's little sticks, wood chips like that. So these are really good. Are they pretty? Is it pretty wood chips? No. But that's okay for a no-till garden, because this is what you want for a no-till. Because all of this is going to add organic matter to my garden beds, to my big garden. It'll break down over time, and it'll put nutrients back into the soil and create more soil. So this is okay. This is what I want. It's untreated. There's nothing particularly special about it. And the bigger stuff I can use as filler in some of my raised beds that I'm going to be putting in up next to the house at some point. So this will break down, and again, you can't argue with free. Now the thing with fresh wood chips, and I know I'm just kind of looking at it, but the thing with fresh wood chips is the fact that if they are fresh, you don't want to put them on your plants right away, because the wood chips will give off an acid that will kill the plants that you want to keep. But that's good for me, because it will also kill the weeds and stuff that I want to get rid of, and that I have been working to get rid of. So I'm not bothered by the fact that these are fresh wood chips. Now, if I had already had an established garden that I was just topping up with wood chips, then I would want to let these season for about a month before I put them in the garden. But I don't have that problem right now because I don't have anything planted that I'm worried about. Now, I do have 2 raised beds over here at the garden area that do have some herbs in it. So I'll probably wait a little while before I put any wood chips in those beds, just because I do want to be mindful of not burning those herbs. So I just wanted to show you guys that. But beautiful, beautiful wood chips. And I would tell anybody that if you are looking for wood chips for your garden beds and stuff, then contact some of these smaller tree services in your area, in your region, because you never know. At least I know for here, I was able to get these free because Josh's tree service that he does is kind of a smaller tree service, and they, if I understand correctly, and if there's anybody that wants to correct me in the comments, let me know. But as I understand, you have to, if you take wood chips and things like that over to the landfill to get rid of them, then you actually have to pay by weight to be able to do that. And depending on what work you've done that day, that could be pretty expensive. So my suggestion would be, if you need wood chips, then talk to some of your smaller tree services and be like, hey, if you need a place to dump your wood chips, bring them to my house. That's what I did with Josh and his business. And I've already talked to him and told him, hey, thanks so much for the free wood chips, and if you got any more, I'm probably going to need more later on. And he said, just let me know when and where, and I will be happy to deliver. And so that's a blessing for me, because it means free wood chips for my garden, which will be really, really helpful. I was hoping to get something done with the garden to be able to do something for the fall, but it's slow going. I need to work out a better method of getting the wood chips closer to the garden beds themselves, because as of right now, that was the only place that I had for him to dump the wood chips at this moment. And it's going to mean filling up the work wagon by hand with a shovel and then carting them down to where I need them. So I'm really hoping that I can figure out a better method for that. I'm going to have a seat here on the back steps to talk to you a little more about some more things. And let me see if I can work with that. Okay, there we go. So hopefully all that movement didn't make you guys too sick. Alright, so some other updating news is that I did finally, let me back up. I wanted to share with you guys a praise first, and that was the fact that right at the end of May, which I know was only a couple of days ago, but I was really, really worried for a couple of weeks there because I had no job prospects. I had no income coming in. I was just really worried and really concerned about what am I going to do, because we have bills to pay, right? I have a mortgage, I have a homestead, we have bills, and I'm sure all of you guys can relate to that. And I knew that I had some coming up and didn't really have a way to pay them. So what little money I did have, I went ahead and paid the ones that I could pay. And then I just started praying, Lord, you know what our needs are. You've always promised that you would take care of those who had put their faith and trust in you. You have promised to do that. You've promised to provide, and I'm just going to have to trust you with that. So sure enough, so I paid the bills that I could, which I think was the gas bill and the water bill, and I was waiting on the mortgage and the power bill. Well, and those were the ones that immediately needed to be paid within the next couple of days. So I just prayed and prayed and prayed, and I asked other people, please pray that the Lord will just provide. And I just trusted, and sure enough, May 1st came around, and I still did not have the payment for our mortgage, and I had a little bit left over from paying the other bills, but I just didn't have it. And I'm like, Lord, you know this is due today. You know it's got to be paid today. I really, really need that today. And sure enough, the Lord put it on my sister's heart to because she lives with me, so she also helps to pay towards some of the utilities and stuff. It's not a lot, but it does help and everything, and it takes care of about half of the utilities. Anyway, oh, and she's coming through the back door, so I may have to move here in a minute. She's talking to the cats inside. I can hear her. But anyway, but sure enough, she always gives me that around the 1st of the month. But anyway, so sure enough, it was the morning of May the 1st, and I'm praying and praying and praying and praying, Lord, this has got to be paid today, and I don't have it. Well, sure enough, I was like, I'm just trusting you with it, and I came out of my bedroom and into the living room, and as soon as I did, Teresa walked up and she handed me something, and I'm like, what is this? And she said, well, it's my part of the utilities for the month. And y'all, it was enough to pay the mortgage for the month of June. So I immediately was praising the Lord. I got dressed, I hopped in the car, I went, put it in the bank account, and I paid the mortgage. And I was praising the Lord the whole entire time. Well, I came home after that, and I was like, well, there's still other bills, Lord, that I need provided for, so please provide. Well, I got home, and my sister had gone to get the mail out of the mailbox, and there was an envelope in there, and it had the health insurance company name that I had with my previous employment. And I was like, what is this? You know, that should have been done already. You know, I don't remember what this is. I don't know what it's got anything to do about. So I opened it up, and inside was a check. Because 2 months ago, with that health insurance, we got like incentives or reward points that you could turn back in for money towards stuff. So 2 months ago, before I got laid off, I had forgotten all that I had done this, but I had requested to redeem those points that I had earned for different stuff, like setting up your account and, you know, getting this preventative check done or that preventative check done, whatever. And I had requested to redeem those points, and so that was the check for those redeemed points, and I had completely forgotten all about it, because I guess I just figured they weren't going to honor it and they weren't going to do it, and you know, it wasn't any skin off my nose or anything, but Anyway, it was just enough to pay another bill with what I had left over. So it was it's always just enough. And so I was able to pay the power bill with that and have a little left over. And that's been the trend is, and I'm telling you what, when that happened, I sat down on the couch and I just bawled. And I said, thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord, because now I can pay another bill. So I still have about three more bills this month. There's the internet bill, and then I'm still paying on a couple of loans for the water line and the air unit that I had to have put in a couple of years ago. I'm still paying on those. So I'm still praying, and I'm still trusting that the Lord will provide for those bills. And He's just been faithful. And He will continue to be faithful. So keep us in your prayers that the Lord will just keep providing. Because we know He will. It's just trusting in Him. And the other news that I have for you guys is that I have a new job lined up, and I'm pretty excited about it. That new job is at a Christian school that is just really close to the house, teaching 5th and 6th grade for the coming school year, and I'm super excited about it. I really think it's going to be wonderful and rewarding and challenging and a little scary, but that's okay. And it's probably going to be quite the challenge this first year, but I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm really super excited about it. I've already thought about what I want to do with the classroom, and hopefully I'll get my materials really soon, and I'll be able to start working on those lesson plans and things like that. But I'm super excited about it, and I'm just really looking forward to it. And it will be a walk in faith. But the Lord, time and again, has always shown that He takes care of His own. He provides, and He will equip those He calls. So I'm really, really looking forward to this new adventure. And it is a step in full-time Christian ministry. Now, does that mean that I won't be doing the Homestead channel? No, it just might mean that videos are a little bit different, or maybe, well, I already don't post very often, but we'll just have to see. I'm not planning on getting rid of the channel, so stay subscribed and share it with your friends and family if you like what you're seeing, and feel free to comment and share and ask questions. You can email the Good Steward Homestead at outlook.com. And then you can always go to Facebook and find us on Facebook. It's the same logo that you see at the beginning of the videos, so just look for that logo, and it's the Good Steward Homestead, just like the channel. So yeah, it's going to be a brand new adventure, and I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, it's going to be an adventure. There are still details to figure out. There are still little things that I'm just praying about. I've got to get creative, because this is 5th and 6th grade. It's going to be a very, very small class. I like to describe it as kind of like homeschool, but set up in a classroom setting. And so it's a really small class, and I'm just really excited. Ask you for your prayers for that too. and that you'll just remember us and think about us here at the Good Steward Homestead. And who knows what might come. So this is a brand new adventure, and it's going to be great. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And now, of course, for privacy and for safety reasons, you won't be seeing any of the students or anything like that on the channel. I don't want to disregard their own privacy and their parents and all of that. Now, is there the possibility that you might see some of their work? I don't know. We'll see. But again, privacy and safety online has always been something that I have been very, very aware of. That's one of the reasons why I don't give out our exact location. That's also one reason why I'm not actually giving you the name of the school. Because I do want to not only protect my privacy and our safety here, but I don't want to be disrespectful of anybody else's privacy, and I certainly don't want to disregard anybody else's safety. So I'm very careful about that, and sadly you kind of have to be these days. So that if you're wondering about that, just know that's the reason, is because I want to protect my privacy. I want to kind of be careful and control what I share on our channel, and then anybody else that might be connected to me, my sister, our family, work, anything like that. I want to be really respectful of that, and I want to be very careful of that. So there are just certain details that I don't share for that reason, so just so you know. But anyway, I did want to share this exciting news with you and ask for your prayers for the future, and we'll just see what this new school year brings. All right, y'all have a good one. Bye.